Hi, I'm Nick from Dawes Academic Consulting, LLC, and I am an independent consultant and I help students and families navigate the college admissions process. Today, we're out at California State University, East Bay, formerly CSU Hayward, in California, to sort of walk around, talk a little bit about visiting schools and the difference between like a CSU and a UC or a research university when you're exploring colleges and thinking about where might I want to go, what's going to be a good fit for me in terms of the kinds of colleges that I might want to apply to. So let's go take a look. There's like 1,500 to 3,000 beds at most CSUs. There are a few with more, but for the most part, they don't have a lot. They'll hold about 10 to 15% of the campus, and then everyone else lives either nearby or at home. Right, because the CSUs are designed to support the local communities and build the local economy. So, like, if you live in Santa Clara County, you actually get a bump in your admissions to San Jose State. If you live in San Francisco, in their general area, I think Daly City, maybe even like Belmont and down there, I'm not sure how far south their region goes, but you get a bump at San Francisco State. If you live in Alameda County, you have a bump here at CSU East Bay. So they're designed to support local people, so they don't have, room to hold 15,000 students because they generally didn't need to. Some of the CSUs are expanding their housing so that they can hold more students. Because more students want that campus environment. Besides housing and campus culture, where, again, some of the CSUs, they have an advantage where students can live right off campus in an apartment complex or in some other housing that still basically makes them part of the campus community without them officially living on campus. Hello, loading dock. Sorry, this is a music building, so this is probably where they load their orchestra equipment and stuff. But yeah, like they wouldn't be counted in the on-campus statistics, but they would be living on campus technically. And other CSUs don't have that luxury, but that's just one of the differences. The other big difference is going to be in the majors on offer, right? Because the mission of the CSUs is very different from the mission of the UCs. And so while people tend to think of the UCs as being more prestigious or somehow better in some quantifiable way, they're not really. The difference is in their mission and their emphasis. And so when you're looking at colleges, you want to think about, like, what is my goal? What am I trying to do? And where am I trying to get to? And if your goal is to do research or to become like a chemist or a biologist in the scientific sense, then yeah, UC might make sense. But if you're looking to become someone in some sort of professional career, not professional in the sense of like a lawyer, but like forensic science is one that I love to point out, because forensic science as a major doesn't exist at the UCs at all. It exists at several CSU campuses, but not in the University of California system. Nursing is another great example. There are 2 UCs with nursing as a major, but there are a dozen CSUs with nursing, because nursing is a career-based major where, like, at the UCs, you would be in the health sciences, you'd be in human physio, anatomy, biology as a pre-med kind of student. If you wanted to do nursing and you wanted to go to a UC, then you have to go to an additional program after you graduate in order to get your nursing license. And that's not going to be as advantageous from like a time standpoint and a money standpoint, right? You go to the UCs, you spend 4 years there, you get a degree in biology, and then you go spend another year or 2 getting your licensing certificate to get your nursing license to become a nurse. Or you could go to a CSU, spend less money, and in 4 years, be ready to take the exam to get your nursing license. And so, depending on your goal and what you're aiming for, the UCs might be a better fit, or the CSUs might be a better fit. And that's true of any public school or even private school. is you want to look at the not only the programs on offer, but the mission of the school, and like what is the school designed to do? What are they trying to support? And does it make sense for me to go to one place or the other based on the major? And yeah, if you wanted to do forensic science, you could go to a UC and major in chemistry, major in biology, major in psychology, but then you have to go again and do additional coursework to become a forensic scientist. Where if you go to one of the CSUs that has forensic science as a major, in 4 years you're on your way to a career instead of having to go to graduate school and get a master's.